Okay, so let's see here. The Green Alien says, great video. Maybe for the next one, you can talk about your best methods for getting in contact with artists. And in parentheses, he says, emailing, Twitter, etc. And then I believe then Volume basically just quoted him and said +2. So they both want to know that. So what are your guys' thoughts on contacting artists?
I'll start it off.
Okay.
For me, a couple of things. I think maybe it's a little bit biased from my standpoint because I go to school, basically an entire school full of music producers and audio engineers. So like it's really easy for me to just go to school and find rappers. There's hundreds of them. So in my opinion, word to mouth is the best advertising and the best marketing. Right. It's just easy when you can be yourself and be face to face. You can eye contact. You can read body language. I think, in my opinion, that's the best way. So even if you don't go to school with a bunch of rappers and audio engineers, go to your nearest city. Just go to your nearest city. I guarantee there's hundreds of rappers. Oh, yeah. Whether 15 years old or they're 35 years old. There will be some. For sure. Just have business cards ready, have some flyers or whatever, have some, one thing I did for a while was I was buying USBs and just putting like 10 beats for free on there with PDF files that have like all my contact info and stuff. Oh, nice. That was kind of getting expensive, so I haven't done that. Everyone that I did it to was like, yo, that's awesome. Like, you're the only person I know that's done that. Yeah. So just word to mouth, being in person, is the best way in my opinion. And then other than that, social media is great. I just started working on my email list. So I'm at like 2,000 emails and I'll just go on any rap group on Facebook and I have like, this little post that I post, giving away 10 free beats, whatever. I don't really do this often, so get them now. And then easy way to get emails and stuff. Right.
Yeah, that's, the flash drive thing is really cool because even though that's really expensive, like people are going to appreciate that more. And it's really, I think you can get so far if you focus on just, a few people and then you spend more energy on them, I think you'll get better results than if you just do a little bit on everyone. I mean, ideally you should mix the two, I think. There should be, you should kind of try to reach out to as many people as possible, but at the same time, have a few people that you like target, more specifically. I'm
the same way. And that's one thing I like about being face to face because I can tell, like, I have this like energy sense that I can just tell from people, like if they vibe with me or not. And I can instantly tell like, okay, you really like what I have to offer. So I'm going to keep you on my A list or whatever. And I'm going to always keep you kind of like in the top priority. I treat everyone the same, but there are some people that are like your go-to customers and they support you. Right. So I think in that aspect it's easy when you're face to face.
Yeah. When you're face to face, people are going to trust you just so much more.
Yeah. I take a little bit more of the shotgun approach where I just put a lot out there. So I kind of come from the other perspective. And I definitely agree with what you said, Oxygen, that you need both, and depending on who you're reaching out to, it's different. But as far as for me, if I'm trying to get people to legionbeats.com and I'm trying to get them to hopefully buy some beats, buy some leases, buy some mixing services, all that kind of stuff, then I just kind of go out wide and then kind of let people trickle in. And once I get, to where I'm actually in a conversation with somebody, then I want to take the time and be personal. But so my sort of process for that is mostly Twitter. That's kind of where I've had the most success. And so
I see you on Twitter all the time.
Yeah.
And you always get a lot of retweets and likes and stuff, which is really important.
Yeah, so the interaction is super important. It's not just being on there, but it's getting the interaction. And so sort of the way that I do it is I go in, I follow a bunch of people that are following other producers. So I already know if you're following Oxygen Beats, there's a decent chance that you're a rapper or singer and you're a likely candidate to want to buy beats or mixing services or whatever. So I go and follow a bunch of them. And then what happens is a certain amount of those people are going to follow you back. And then I have it set up so they get an automated direct message. And the direct message is just like what you said. I do, hey, I got 5 free beats for you. Try to make it real conversational. Like, hey, I got 5 free beats for you. Let's get to work right now or whatever. And then that, of course, opts them in to my mailing list. And then now they're sort of in the system. And now I'm sending them newsletters and stuff like that. And so I've been automating that now with this program called Follow Liker that Oxygen helped me set up. It's a really cool program. It was a little tricky to figure out how to set up. So I was definitely glad that he was there to help me. But it basically does a lot of that stuff for you. So I used to use a program called Crowdfire, which I really like, but you have to do it manually. It basically does what I'm talking about, where you type in the username, so like whoever it is, whatever other producer, and then it'll show you, it'll kind of give you like their most active users, and then you click follow, 1,000 times, and then a few days later you click unfollow 1,000 times, and it's more effective than just doing it straight on Twitter. But what's even better is this program called Follow Liker, where once you get it all set up, it basically does it all for you. And so I actually ended up creating a whole little separate business just based on this, where now I offer that to other artists and producers and stuff, where I just have it set up for them. And that's the URL for that is moremusicfollowers.com if you guys want to check it out. But that's been super good for me.
You just posted that on the forums, right, the other day? I think I saw that.
Yeah,
and I actually used Crowdfire after you posted that, and it's pretty neat. It's helpful. I didn't check out the other one. It's called Follow Liker.
Called Follow Liker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's even more automatic, which is nice. It takes a little bit more setup time, but once you get it going, it just does it. It does the following, it does the unfollowing, it does all that stuff for you, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
See, me and Gabe are definitely opposites in that aspect, because like he's awesome at Twitter. I am horrible at Twitter. I get no retweets. I get no favorites or anything. I mean, I do all right on Instagram and Facebook, but I'm definitely more like the word of mouth guy. So it's cool that we're opposites in that aspect.
I think pretty much to be successful on Twitter, I think you kind of have to do the shotgun approach, because I mean, if you do the targeted approach, then you might get like one like here and there or whatever. But Twitter's engagement, like just natural engagement, is like really low. Like it's gone down a lot. So yeah, I think you really have to do the shotgun thing. And like Gabe was saying, is a lot of times it's a combination. You can start with the shotgun thing, and then you'll have a lot of misses, but then you'll have a lot of hits too. And then some of those hits can be like really important contacts and stuff, who have lots of other important contacts. And then you can kind of focus on those people a little bit more, and then kind of do a little bit of the shotgun a little bit later. In fact, I mean, you could have your automated thing kind of do the shotgun, and then you can kind of focus on the specific people. But I think both ways, are valid. And then a lot of times you can use a combination. What do you think, Pixel Sasha? You've been really quiet.
No, I was just listening to everyone, really. But with me personally, I actually did a bit of both, but really and truly, my social media is, kind of dead as well, similar to AJ. But I'm slowly getting back into it. But I used to do that approach before, where just send out one big email and hopefully someone comes in. But what I've been doing as of recent is more a case of like, how to put it, more of the personal approach. So I'll look for someone who has like a similar style to what I have, who I can kind of blend with, or who, they may have a track or a couple tracks that I like. Then I work with them, and from there, it's more for me like a word of mouth thing, where this person will be like, oh, hey, I did something with Pixel Sasha, and you can probably try her out. She has this particular style, or she does this type of, this type of genre, or whatever the case is. And then that's how I mostly get people to come now and to work with me. But like you said, it can work both ways.
Yeah.
It's a hit and miss for some, and it's just really. That's really how it is. You just it's like a trial and error type of thing, where you have to see what works best for you.
Right.
And so that's really just my approach, really.
What?
Can I add in two things really quick, Quinn?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
Because we're talking about sending people beats and stuff like that.
Right.
Two things I wanted to say. Don't do what I did. Don't send 50 plus beats for free just to get people to sign up to your newsletter. That's such a bad idea, because they have 50 beats. Like even if they're your older beats, they're not like your top quality beats. They're gonna say that they have 50 beats to play with, and they're not gonna want to go to your store because they already have enough for 4 or 5 mixtapes. So I would say only
maybe
send
like 1
5,
or 2 or 5. Yeah.
Like that, something like that.
Not your whole catalog.
Yeah, I was doing that when I was first getting into the whole production thing and social media like 2 years ago, a year ago. And I was partnered up with another producer, and we were getting a bunch of emails, and that's how I started my list, and it was growing really well. But we weren't getting sales because people already had so many beats to pick from.
Gee, thanks.
Yeah, right. And then point number 2, copyright your beats before you send them off. Because that would be even worse. Like, what's the point of sending beats for free and then letting the rapper use them? Even if they record to it and put it out and it doesn't catch heat, still you should copyright all of your beats before you send anything out. That's really important.
I mean, I actually don't copyright because that's like it can cost like money and time to copyright, so I don't.
There's actually, I don't know if you know this, but if you go to copyright.gov, which is where you get copyright, you can copyright all of your beats. If you have 200 beats, you can copyright all 200 for one price, $40 or something like that. And you just copyright them all as a compilation. So it's like you have, So that's the cheaper way to do it. It's actually, they say it's better to copyright each beat or song one by one. There's more protection, but really it's not.
Yeah, right. It's like, right.
Yeah, so if you have 200 beats and you're like, I can't afford to copyright all these beats, it's just $40.
Well, that's actually really smart. I didn't think about that, actually.
Yeah,
so, that's a good idea.
I had to learn the hard way. I don't know if you guys know, I had a track with Ace Hood. Basically, I know this DJ up north who knows a lot of people, and he took this beat from me. He sent it off to Ace Hood. He recorded it. He sent it back to us on Christmas Day, which was like the greatest present. The track was kind of stagnating for a while. Then he sent it off to another rapper named Quan from Jersey, not originally Quan, a different Quan. And then they put out the song, and the DJ hit me. He was like, "Yo, we just put out the song." And I'm like, "You're super pumped." I go check it out, and it says produced by DJ KG. And I'm like, "Whoa, wait a minute. This is my beat. What are you talking about?"
Right.
And we got into a dispute, and I didn't copyright the beat. And I also, my computer crashed, so I lost that beat. I had no proof that it was mine.
Did you upload it previously?
The beat itself, I did not, because I knew.
Okay.
So I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to learn the hard way. I mean, I still have credit on the beat, but it's not, people don't see that, and I have to explain that story every time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how important it is, like uploading it versus copywriting, because I had an issue before where this other producer reached out and he wanted me to make a whole bunch of kits. He said he was like working with Apple Logic for their new DAW. Anyway, so I did a whole bunch of work for him. I made him a whole bunch of sounds and music and whatnot. And then like I just like never heard from him for like 2 years. And then like he said he was negotiating, but then I just never heard with him. And then I find like the same music and sounds like were on, I was like looking for new sounds to buy, and I was like on Loop Masters, and I like saw it there, and then I contacted Loop Masters, and they're like, oh, we got from Producer Loops and whatever. So I hit up Producer Loops, but the good thing was I had all those all the music and the sounds, they were already uploaded to my SoundCloud, and they were like 3 years old or whatever. So I showed that to them, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, we can see you're obviously the first person." And actually, a few of those had like my own voice on it, so it was like. So,
did you take this to court? Was there a lawsuit?
I didn't take it. I was actually, it was like pulling teeth, because like the amount of money, it probably wouldn't have been worth going to court. But luckily, I was able to eventually, like a year later, settle it. The guy finally paid me, and actually, then I ended up working with Producer Loops because of that, actually.
Because of that. So it happened for a reason type of thing.
Right. Cool. But in that case, uploading it to SoundCloud worked fine. But I mean, there's probably other cases, when you actually take it to court, where maybe uploading to SoundCloud isn't good enough,
Mm-hmm. These are just sounds, right? Like library drum kit sounds, right? You're talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was for like, it's called like LA pop vocal, LA something, I don't know.
And you can copyright sounds. I didn't even know that. I know you can trademark sounds, but that's interesting.
Okay, so to get a little bit back on topic, because I think
oh wait, maybe before you go on, I had like two things from before that I wanted to add on. So with the with the like the free beats or whatever, like I definitely agree. Don't give them a bunch of free beats, because then they're not going to need to hit you up. But the other thing is, instead of giving them like your older stuff or whatever, to me, those 5 free beats, that's the first thing they're seeing from you. So I give them like 5 of my best beats and like show the diversity of like, okay, there's this type of this type of beat. Yeah, so there's at least going to be one in there that everybody's going to be like, oh, wow, these, okay, I like these guys. And that's what's going to turn them into customers, because then they're going to want more.
Yeah, and make sure it's diverse, too. So it's not just like one thing. Like
genre.
Yeah, or
mix them up.
Exactly.
Or style, yeah, because they might, you don't know what kind of style is their favorite, you know? So if you just send one, then it's not very likely that they'll have a really favorite song out of those.
Yeah, I felt like 5 was like the magic
right?
number for that. For me, where I could do like one like R&B beat and one trap beat. You know, that was where I could get like the right amount of diversity. But I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just saying, like, you know, to add to that, you know, at the end of the day, if you're gonna be, you know, if you want this to be your full-time job, you know, being a producer, I think even if you give them 10, because for my newsletter, I have 10, and I have 10 different genres. So I have hip hop, pop, R&B, Zonto, and some other stuff. But anyhow, what I'm saying is, if you give them something of value and try to reach out to as many different people as possible, just give them something of value up front. As long as you continue as a producer, I mean, you can make about 10 plus beats. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think it's a really bad thing if you give out a certain amount, like say 5 or 10 up front. But you know, as you continue 2-3 years down the line, you'll be able to add more to your catalog. So, you know, I just think you should give them something of value, something that they can be like, oh, well, you know, this is really good. And, you know, it may even play on their brain to probably go to your store then and check out your new stuff, and, you know, even maybe provoke them a bit to lease something from you. So it's not a bad idea to give them something, you know, good up front, basically.
One thing to add on to that, probably not everyone here is an engineer or knows really how to mix and master vocals and stuff, but I'll actually throw that in as part of the deal. Like, I'll give them a couple beats and I'll tell them, like, I'll mix and master one of the songs that you record to for free, and that'll kind of just build more trust and stuff and gives you more work.
So
I think that's very good, actually, because a lot of people out there do need their stuff mixed, so that's good.
Yeah.
So aside from the like philosophical like ways of like, you know, shotgun versus like narrow or whatever, like where do you guys think are the best places to actually reach out to artists? Like I think that's maybe one of the things the original poster wanted to know is, like, do you think it's easier to reach out to people on Facebook or Twitter, or did we decide Twitter or SoundCloud? There's a lot of people you can reach on SoundCloud.
Yeah, I think that would kind of really come down to personal preference, because it seems like Gabe does really well on Twitter, whereas I do really well on Facebook and Instagram. So I think that comes down to what you like and what's kind of in your zone.
Yeah, that's true.
And I would say one thing on top of that is I've kind of gotten a cool system on Twitter, and I've been on there for a while, so I got a decent following. So it's working for me. But if I were starting today, I would focus on YouTube. To me, that seems like that's where the most people. Because I engineer and mix too, and I actually have a session where people come in and do sessions and stuff. And the vast majority of people come in. The way the session goes, they come in, they say, "Oh, pull up YouTube, download this beat," and that's what we're. You know, so everybody, so many people are finding their beats on YouTube. So that's where I want to get better at, and that's where I'd probably recommend if you're starting, if you're going to focus on one thing, I personally would probably say YouTube.
Yeah,
great point. Yeah, I actually just started my YouTube channel like really 2 months ago, and I've already seen more sales because of it. So great point, actually.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. So okay, so one last thing, I guess, before we kind of wrap this up. So we've kind of talked about, like, you know, reaching out to, you know, your standard artist who's probably an independent, not super like wealthy or whatever, but like, what about reaching out to like major
celebrity artists?
Yeah, celebrity artists or labels and stuff. Do you guys have any sort of
I was just
going to
bring that up because I just found a website. I've been trying to find it in my browser history, but I found a website that has the link to all of the not all, but a lot of major artists, like, you know, the Ace Hoods, the Rick Rosses, the Jadakiss.
Like
I will try to find that. Yeah, like their managers and just their booking emails, and they actually, a lot of rappers will make emails just for beats. Like, it'll be like Rick Ross beats at whatever Gmail. I'm gonna try to find that.
Yeah, and you'll see on Twitter, actually. Another producer actually gave me this suggestion. Is like, do you guys use TweetDeck at all?
Yeah, I haven't heard of it.
Oh, TweetDeck.
Used to use it, not anymore.
Oh, not anymore. TweetDeck is, it's kind of like this. Instead of just going to regular Twitter.com, you could go like tweetdeck.com, and you can customize like certain columns and everything that like.
Oh yeah.
Show certain tweets and certain words and stuff. And I have one that's just set up to show like all the tweets that say send beats. And a lot of times you'll get like a bunch of small time people, and you'll get like Beats headphones, like, you know, like stuff. But every now and then you'll see like a major artist or whatever saying, you know, I'm in the studio now, send beats or whatever. Yeah. The only problem with that though is like, like the other day I saw like Soulja Boy or something say that, and then like there's
5 million people.
Yeah, exactly, so many different replies, so it'd be kind of hard.
I think this might be hard, but the best thing or the best way to get a celebrity artist is to find the come up rappers, the people like Zoe Dallas and Joyner Lucas. Like if you can catch them at the right time, right before they blow up,
exactly,
that's the best time to send them beats.
Exactly, I agree 100%. I think there's around these super big celebrities, there's a little bit smaller celebrities who have the connections with that celebrity. So if you really want to make the big connections, there's a certain sweet spot, where they're big but they're not crazy big where you just can't reach out to them. They're still reachable, but they're definitely on the come up. So if you reach out to them then, and even if they don't get super like successful and famous, they usually have connections to other people who are, so I
think that's definitely true. And kind of climbing up the ladder is what's worked for me. Is like, okay, what's sort of the next bigger artist that I do have access to, and then that will usually open the door to the next guy, just like what you're saying, where maybe that guy works with somebody who's even bigger, and that guy works with somebody who's even bigger, and you can kind of climb up that ladder in that kind of way. But there's certain, once people get to a certain level, it's really hard to just reach out to them. You need to kind of go through other channels. And there's another website called Blaze Track that's not bad. It looks pretty good. I haven't actually used it the way it's supposed to be used, but what it's supposed to be is you pay and you get a video response from, and they've got like a bunch of big artists and A&Rs and people on there. So that's something you can do. But what I did was I actually went through their little directory, and a lot of the A&Rs and management stuff would have their social media, and I just go on like Twitter and hit them up like, hey, can I submit some tracks? And I wouldn't even have to pay, and they'd listen to them. I actually got on there this dude who's I can't remember his name, but he's an A&R at Slip and Slide, which is a label down in Florida. And I just hit him up, and he's like, yeah, send some stuff. And now we've been talking back and forth, and who knows, we'll see where it goes, but it looks like we might get a placement through that. So that might be one, is just go to Blaze Track, go look through the directory and just hit him up directly, or pay for it and get the actual, pay for the service.
And I would say that you just have to be a little careful. Some places, like they'll just give you a whole bunch of BS that's not fake emails and stuff like that. Because if there's a spot to make profit, there's always going to be a whole bunch of people like cheating it. It doesn't mean that there aren't also equally legit places, but also you just have to kind of weed out the bad ones too when you're kind of looking for these things.
The cool thing about Blaze Track is if you pay for the service, they give you a video response from that person, so it's really that person or whatever. But I haven't actually paid for the service, so I couldn't tell you that.
Piggybacking off of Gabe, I know this might be a little bit off topic, but and I know we're talking about reaching out to artists and stuff, but I think really where a lot of the money is going is library music. We should be really looking into websites like taxi.com, where they kind of help you find film producers looking for music, because some of these companies are paying $10,000 upfront fees just for a song for the movie, and then you still make royalties on top of that. Right.
The connections, and the people you need to reach out to, a lot of people don't realize they're not necessarily rappers and singers, but also the filmmakers and these other people too. There's lots of
video games too.
Video games. Yeah, for sure. There's so many different ways.
Industry.
Exactly.
It's bigger than film and music combined, which is crazy.
Oh yeah, that is crazy.
And every single game has music and sound effects.
Exactly.
And stuff. So.
If it didn't, it would suck.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, people don't even that's a whole you could probably make more money off of that maybe even than rappers and singers. Maybe, I don't know.
That's from what I've seen. That's where the money's at right now. Library music.
People just don't think about it because it's not as glamorous for a lot of people.
Right. Yeah, because you're not known as the the Hans Zimmer. Even people, Hans Zimmer is like the biggest film composer known in the streets.
Yeah. I mean that, and also we're talking about the ladder thing. A lot of people just want to get there right away. They don't want to have to climb. They just want to all of a sudden be working with the biggest artists and the biggest producers and everything. All of a sudden,
it's like any other job. You got to work up the ranks.
Exactly, you got to work up the ranks, and it takes time and patience and hard work. So I think we're a little bit over time, so we're gonna wrap up. Does anyone have any final thoughts?
I was gonna have one final thought.
Okay.
a little bit off topic, but it's still on topic.
For sure.
I think I posted on this on the Soundgine forums the other day, but from what I've been seeing, honestly, when it comes to producers selling to rappers, it's really been coming down to like collectives. Like Gabe has the Legion, where there's 10 producers, and there's Cheetah Beats, and then there's JBZ Beats that me and you are in, Quinn. I'm starting to see a lot more producer groups opposed to single producers, because there's a lot of benefits to it. You get more styles, more beats to pick from.
Right.
There's more of a trust factor. Exactly. So that's one thing that I've been thinking about starting myself as a production company, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely a smart idea, I think. You know, there's power in numbers for sure.
So that's my final thought.
Yeah.
I think that will help people get sales.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and you could probably reach out to, you know, you'll get a lot of more contacts with more people, I'm sure, if when they hear your stuff on those places. Any final thoughts from Gabe or Sasha?
Pretty much it for me.
Sasha's so quiet the whole time. I feel bad because I'm gonna edit this and she's just gonna be like over there in the.
I feel bad. I feel like I was cutting her off all the time. I'm talking the whole time.
Well, the thing is, when there's 4 people, you gotta be a little aggressive when you want to say something, you know, unless it's not that important.
Sorry, I'm too aggressive, guys.
Okay, Gabe, you got any thoughts?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, as far as reaching out to people, I think just being smart about what the situation is. So like if you're reaching out to a bigger artist, you're probably going to approach that completely different than just kind of putting, you know, that sort of shotgun approach out there to kind of get clients that are maybe not at that level in their career. And also just, even though I do take that kind of shotgun approach, I want the experience to be great the whole time. So the shotgun approach is I'm sending out a link, but the link goes to a nice looking opt-in page. And then the opt-in page has a well-worded email that's telling them about who I am and making it look, you know, not making it look, well, hopefully it's true that I'm, you know, a good guy and I know what I'm talking about. And we've got good music. So every step along the way is a quality experience, even if it is going out to a lot of people. And once they do respond back, there's always a person, whether if it's me or somebody, you know, else from the Legion is actually live. Right. Even if, so we send out an automated message, if they respond, a real person gets back to them and gives them information. So that's sort of my final thought.
It's like a shotgun, but each shell has the power of like a sniper rifle.
Nice.
Great analogy.
It takes a lot of work though, but I mean, I can vouch for Gabe. He definitely has a work ethic for it. But yeah, it takes a lot of work. But yeah, if you can do both, if you can do shotgun and, you know, the focus thing, you know, quality and quantity, then that's, I mean, the best, really.
And you can do the shotgun thing on Twitter and the personal approach on Facebook and stuff.
I mean, you can find your own. Like, I think everyone probably will find their own balance. You know, there's a balance somewhere, and everyone has to find their own. Just
we should have talked about Facebook ads in this group. Maybe we'll do that next time.
Maybe
that's
we'll do next time.
That's a really good. That's how I've made some money. And okay, I have one more final thought.
Okay,
one more final thought. Sorry.
Final thought.
No worries.
So when I'm really desperate for a sale, I'll go on Instagram or Twitter and I'll just type in, I'll go in the hashtag section and just type in like looking for beats or I need beats or something like that. And you'll see millions of posts of rappers looking for beats. And then you can just comment to them or you can message them and talk about, hey, I've got a deal going on, whatever. So that's what I do if I'm really desperate for a sale.
Right. Okay, cool. Last call for final thoughts. Last call for final thoughts before I wrap it up.
I'm good. I'm all done.
Okay, cool. So I guess everyone just sign off, and then so let's start with Gabe. Gabe, go ahead, sign off.
Oh yeah, no, I'm happy to be a part of the show. Thanks for having me on. If you want to find me, it's legionbeats.com.
Count Morris.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for having me, man. I can't wait to do this again. You can just follow me at Count Morris or at Count Morris Music on Instagram. Twitter, I ran out of characters. And you can find my website, www.countmorrismusic.com.
Sasha.
All right, same here with me. Just you can go to my website, www.pixelsasha.com, and also you can go to the Facebook group Soundgine Crowd and join up there. And if you're interested in actually getting on one of these calls with us, just send us a message. And that's pretty much it. Okay,
yep. Like Sasha said, hit up the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Soundgine Crowd.
Soundgine Crowd.
Yeah, well,
and the forum as well.
Or go on the forum. Yep, either one. And we'll be posting the recording dates and all the videos, stuff like that. And if you have ideas for the next one, let us know. And this is Oxygen Beats signing out. And until next time, guys. Peace.
Peace.